Hello, everybody. I'm Will,
And I'm Kristen.
and this is so I'm watching House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 8.
The Lord of the Tides. We have 2 more.
So, spoiler show, diving in.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and pour one out
Yeah.
for Patty Considine.
Yeah. Very good.
Really
Round
great
of applause.
job. Because he really anchored the show.
He did.
Easily
He
for the
really
first,
did.
4 episodes.
Yeah.
And then he just lingered
He's rotten
on. Oh, God. I actually really liked that part. Like, I kept waiting for him to do something dumb or tragic. I don't know. He just kept going.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. And frankly, I think it's probably the single best thing shading Alicent.
Oh, yes.
It goes beyond Cersei loves her children. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because loving your children is different. Also, Alicent seems to really hate her children. So...
Have you met them?
No, yeah, 100%. I'm on her team with that.
They're as terrible as that new one is hot with
Okay. If we need a jumping off point.
What's his face only did him a favor.
He's very rakish. So I have a humongous problem with the casting of the 4 boys because Rhaenyra's boys don't look old enough. It's 10 years later. They are not old enough as they should be. And then on Alicent's boys, they should be swapped because the one that lost the eye was the younger one.
It was?
Yes.
Oh, that's not clear.
It was 100% because the older one is the drunk. And so
that was not clear. Yeah, you're right.
He got tall and pointy, like the younger version of the older one was tall and pointy, and the older one stayed short and got like a squishier face.
That's probably how they originally cast, and then because everybody's got the same goddamn name with just 2 vowels swapped, that they got confused on set.
Okay, here's the other thing too. Now there are 2 children named Aegon involved because Rhaenyra named one of her ones with Daemon Aegon. And then also the Aegon that Viserys is talking about is goddamn Jon Snow.
Oh.
The prince who was promised is fucking Jon Snow because his name was Aegon when he was born. And so I'm just like, stop naming everybody Aegon.
It was too. This was a really good episode.
It was really good, yeah.
And it was like this. Like, it started, not that it started bad, but it just started really slow. If we're pouring one out, although I guess he's still around, I really like Corlys.
He's not officially dead yet.
He got injured off screen?
Yeah.
I really like that. I know his brother's kind of been around, but
Yeah,
I just didn't care about his...
Also, he was fucking... Talk shit, get sliced in half.
The truth is relative. He was clinging to that, and I'm like,
especially because I think the thing that's most important is that all of the men in authority, the king and then Lord Corlys, these men who are actually in authority are like, they essentially are like, yes, I know that those are not his children, but I don't care. I literally don't care.
The way that they're playing the game, there's going to end up being Valyrian blood on the throne anyways. And also, not all it's cracked up to be. Do you want Mad Kings? That's how you get Mad Kings.
This is how we are getting Mad Kings. 100%. So that's like, I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like Lord Corlys was... speaking to Rhaenys and was like, in last episode, and he was like, yeah, of course I know. I don't care. They're my grandsons. Like,
they remember names, not blood.
Yeah, it's just literally the way it is. And so and even like Daemon knows, and he's there.
Optics.
And
it's like, because I know we're dealing with medieval morality, but there's the optics that it's like, because we know that's, regardless, I'm not even going to go down that path.
But that's my thing too, is like, even their Targaryen adoptive father is like not making, not talking out of school about it either. And so I'm just sort of like, what are we, like, how are you still thinking this is going to go your way and you're not going to get your head chopped in half by someone?
So one of several talking points of this show is Alicent and her plot. Yeah. I keep waiting to hate her because everybody else does, and I'm just not hating her. Although I think did she kill Diana?
No. I don't think so.
I think it's intentionally open-ended.
In my opinion, what it looked like
The
happened
handmaiden.
to me, yes, is that she gave her a sack of gold and then abortion tea and was like, now leave.
I also think she could have given her the sack of gold to make her think that.
And then maybe it was just like an overdose of milk with the poppy or something. Yeah, I mean, it could be.
It could go either way, but it's sort of. I think she handled it not in a comically Disney villain-esque way.
Correct.
That I was intrigued by, and also intriguing considering that she's their mother and these boys are heinous.
Yeah.
I'm so curious how they got to be that heinous, because for our eyes, we've only ever seen her sort of beat and berate them. So I'm sort of I mean, sometimes entitlement comes from, it's not all nurture.
Also, not for nothing, they don't have a father. Like, sure. Viserys was not active in their raising because he was rotten. So it's only her, and they're kind of running roughshod, and like he's just an alcoholic, and he's married to his sister, and then
she's
just, like,
a little bit daffy, so it could also be in the blood. I mean, this could be,
and he's just raping chambermaids left and right, apparently.
And I think that the debate over the Driftwood throne was interesting because King Viserys was right. This was already settled. This is done.
Yeah.
And I just sort of
like they said the literal words at the like last meeting that was like this, and it's just like. Okay.
I really like this episode because it sort of reframed everything, because we've kind of quietly been just we feel like King Viserys is inconsequential now, so we've just been sort of waiting for him to die, and it was so interesting to see why we need him.
Yep. Absolutely.
Within the episode and it's like, oh right, that's how we were getting to this
You're
place.
Sometimes useful when your brain isn't squishy like a hacky sack.
And so, because him showing up was really striking, and the performance, the characterization.
Because, like, and that's the thing that I actually really kind of enjoyed about the pacing and the direction of this episode. We did not cut. We watched his moldy ass walk all the way up, and blessedly not.
What are the Gen Z dusty, crusty, musty?
And he blessedly did not impale his own ass.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to fall.
I made a joke when he first went in, and I was like, he's going to do a Willy Wonka roll.
Oh, no, I figured he was going to fall on the swords, but still not be dead.
Oh, God.
It's going to be like that Austin Powers with Will Ferrell, where he's, I'm still alive. I'm just barely, very burnt. That's what I
forgot all about that was Will Ferrell.
I just watched it the other day. The first one holds up.
Yeah.
But no. And I love, oh God, all
the dresses.
All the dresses. Was Allison wearing blue at the dinner?
No, it was still green. Yeah, it was the lighting. It was still green.
I was a little bit gagged. I was like, what? But he insisted they had this dinner. And I also like that. I like that they were saying several things, none of which were revolutionary, but it's like, a lot of times you have to choose, in order for a family to be a family, you have to choose to be the family.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what progress was made, however short-lived it might have been, what progress was made by the insistence that they sit down and acknowledge they are family.
Yeah. I will admit that this is the most I have liked Alicent since like the first 2 episodes. I really quite enjoyed her in this episode. Like, I think it's hilarious that she went full Guinevere in the intervening 10 years. I'm gonna bring Christianity up into this bitch. We'll see how you like it. It's hilarious to me. So, like, that's very funny. She's like...
But there's also, like, it was giving me Jezebel. Like, there was, like, layers and flavors of a lot of things.
Because also in the, like, after show thing, they were like, her clinging so hard to this faith is to, like, make up for her past actions for, like, killing or, like, having the other Strongs killed and everything. So that was all very interesting to me. And the fact that she does seem vaguely relatively devoted to Viserys. Like,
I think extremely. I think if we know one thing.
Well, here's the thing I think about Alicent, and here's what I think is important going forward when thinking about her character. It felt to me like she did kind of a 180 after Rhaenyra came back and they had a couple of conversations. I think when she's left in a vacuum with only Otto, I think she was neglecting Viserys. I think she was just letting the Maesters take care of him and letting him drink the milk of the poppy and like taking over his duties. But like the minute that Rhaenyra was back, she was like, fuck, that's right. I have a husband and it's like my best friend's dad and like all this stuff. And so I think that is how I'm the lens I'm looking at it through. And so especially for Rhaenyra to then say that at the dinner and be like, no one has been more devoted to him and like, you know, thank you.
And eternal kudos to Rhaenyra because she is the one.
She stays trying to make all of this shit work. I swear to God. She had that scene in the Godswood with Rhaenys where she was like, what if we marry my sons to Baela and Rhaena? We'll just like, let's do it. She stays trying to marry her sons for the betterment of the other family over the betterment of her own.
But she knows that she's playing at a disadvantage because everyone knows they're not legitimate.
Exactly, which I understand.
And I'm not implying that it's necessarily strategy. I think that I think she's doing this because she's at a disadvantage twice over because she's a female and the heir. So it's like she kind of has to. And that's the second thing that I wanted to touch on with The Last Supper was the second thing that I really liked about it, other than the family choosing to be family, is the dichotomy between the wisdom and hubris of youth.
Sure, absolutely.
That these fucking Yahoo yokels have inherited perceived trauma or perceived like Hatfield and McCoys. Because they don't even, I mean, they did experience it firsthand.
They kind of did, yeah.
Well, and also sorry, I keep cutting you off, but let fucking Baela and Jane make every decision. Every decision.
Who's Jane?
I thought she was Baela. Who are the two?
Baela and Rhaena. The two, Lena's daughters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's someone Jane, they were listening next to each other, so.
Yeah. Yes. For sure.
I love how stoked they were to marry.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I just like, I especially really love all of the like inter-female like interactions. They're all really interesting to me because Rhaenyra and Rhaenys are always a little bit at odds because Rhaenys is a little bitter that she couldn't be queen, even though she had a better claim to it than Viserys did. And then now Rhaenyra is going to be queen. And I get that. But also, I love that she stuck up for her in this episode where she was like, nope, if my husband's still alive, he, till his dying day, wants these boys on the throne.
Well, what's his face? The truth and nothing but the truth. I mean, she told the truth. Yeah. She was like, I mean,
it's what he wants.
If we're going to say it, then...
It's literally what he wants, and it doesn't matter what you think. It's what it is.
But I did love that moment where they, like, announced their betrothal.
Betrothal.
Thank you.
It's been a long day. It's been.
I was gonna be like, I am mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted. That's not an excuse; it's an explanation. But I perked up when we got in here, so. But no, I loved that their excitement at that because it's like you get the sense that they they bonded in the fight. Yeah, the sword fight.
Also, the older one is going to be queen.
Sure.
Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
But it's like, it's sort of a situation like Rhaenyra found herself in with their father, where it's like, this is kind of a best case scenario.
100%.
We won the lottery, let's make this happen.
Yeah, 100%. And so, like, I want to give a shout out to the MVP of this episode, Daemon Targaryen. His ass in this episode, first of all, slicing Vaemon's head in half like that for talking treason.
I literally uttered the word, oop.
Incredible. Second of all, there were so many like tiny moments from him. And I mean, I'm on record. Matt Smith's my favorite doctor of the ones I've seen. I love him so much. I just love him in this in like such a different way. And so there were so many small moments where it was like, he was very pumped, like getting that dragon egg out at the beginning. And then yeah. And so there's like a clutch of 3 eggs in there. And he's like super pumped about that. They've got 3 kids because Rhaenyra is pregnant again. So that's all very cool. The minute they get back to King's Landing, he is also very shifty because he's like, things are different. Like, it looks different. It's not the same. Something's going on. He is the first one to spot that they are doing something semi-wrong to Viserys because he smells the cup of what he's drinking. I was like, that's not fucking tea. That's in a teeny tiny little golden goblet. That's not tea. And so there's like all that stuff, and you can also see that he.
But again, to this me wrong. He was the Phantom of the Opera.
He's in pain. I'm not saying he doesn't need some milk of the poppy, but it does appear that Otto at
They were
least was
over,
very
yeah.
complicit in giving him too much. But then, in addition to that, he's also the look on his face when he's looking at Viserys, he's very like there is pity and there is sadness, but I think he has a lot of regret about the years they lost because it's still his brother and he's like sad about it. And he's like just so doting on Rhaenyra. And I don't know. I loved all. It was just chef's kiss, Matt Smith. I'm obsessed. He's so great.
We also got a gorgeous new Kingsguard, I guess. He had one line.
Eric, Sir
yeah,
Eric.
he wasn't Eric, he was Eric.
Same thing.
Coming from you, wow. I'm the AE.
Yeah.
Can't tell the difference.
I mean,
but did you clock him as well?
He's cute.
Yeah. Jessica Chastain is also creeping around, spying for Sonoya Mizuno.
I saw a thing on TikTok that is like a theory / prediction that she is Melisandre.
That'd be fun.
It works. It fits.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I was like, cool.
Have we seen her before?
Yeah.
Oh, she's been around?
That's why they think so, because she is like, she's been named too many times.
She did walk away that one time going,
they have been saying her name, Talia, since like episode 3, maybe 2 or 3. So
and this was the first time I imprinted.
Yeah, she's been around a while. So I saw that a little while ago. Yeah, I don't know. I can't
wait for that to not be the case.
Sure.
And then spend years going, I wish it was.
I wish it was, yeah. I also, there were several moments between Alicent and Rhaenyra in this episode that I really, really, really liked. And I
kept thinking of Keely because she's me and her are out there with the friends to lovers to enemies to.
Here's the thing. I love Olivia Cook and I think she's doing amazing. And I think Emily did too. She
was doing a lot of subtle introspective face. There was lots of looks.
Yes.
And and not face acting in the sense.
Good face acting. So I really like her a lot. I just even now we had a couple of those lovely moments, but then she goes to take care of Viserys and he thinks he's talking to Rhaenyra, and because all of their goddamn kids are named the same, she thinks he's saying that her son Aegon should be on the throne. So it's about to get thrown into chaos again.
I don't know which one will go with the middle of Rhaenyra's sons.
Yeah.
But he was real power move by going and dancing with Alicent's daughter.
That was the older.
That was the older
son,
one.
Yeah.
Loved that. Yeah. That was fantastic.
Because she is Aegon's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love don't worry, they mostly forget about you unless they're drunk. So he's constantly on her case. That's
I don't know, man.
Yuck.
He is gross and horrible. The younger one is fucking hot. His name is Ewan something. Holy hell, that guy is hot. It's ridiculous.
I think that's good.
Yeah. I still think this could have been easily 3 seasons of television already. Easily. And we got a couple of comments that were like, there's not really any actual plot to draw
Only
from.
The show had writers.
I'm like, come on, man. We definitely could have filled with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You mean now all I imagine is that they're animatronics that just whir and shut down in between when we pick back up with story.
All I can think of is that one Family Guy segment we love so much where it's The Great Gatsby. And they're about to go into the swimming pool. Yeah. And Stewie's like, well, I can see we're really racing to the finish line here. So let me just step out of frame. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I was like, we're just sprinting.
Yeah.
So, all right. Like and subscribe. Thumbs up. Yeah. Thumbs up does the best. And all the rest. And Patreon and Venmo and Cashapp and website and all of that. So...
And if you're feeling like a good time and you like Emma Darcy, go order a Negroni.
I fucking love
Spagliato with Prosecco in it.